Welcome back. Okay, lovelies. I just tried to film an intro and my brain just wasn't there. So I'm having some coffee, gonna liven it up a little bit because this is actually a super exciting video for me to film for you guys. I feel like there is also, like, I get a lot of questions about my SLG collection or my opinion on certain ones. So yeah, this video was really highly requested, so I'm so excited to film it and share my SLG collection with you guys. And spoiler alert, there's a lot of LV in it, so just hold on, stay tuned. But yeah, if you guys are just curious about my thoughts on whether I would purchase something again, my most used item, my most least used item, stay tuned for the video, but let's get started. But a lot of you guys asked kind of the same thing, you know, what is my favorite? What are my most used? What are worth the money? What are the best ones for every day? And you know, what fits, all of that. So I will hit on all of that, and I think the best way to do it is actually to just go from least used to most used. And I'll obviously walk through, like, you know, why I purchased it and, you know, when maybe, and just talk to you guys about like my thoughts. And then I think I'll end with like my favorites, because sometimes you can have least used that are favorites, and you can have most used that maybe you just don't love, but they just fit into your lifestyle so much. So video, and first off, my least used item is the round coin holder. So I think I got this about a little bit over a year and a half ago. I don't know what it was about this item, but I kept seeing it like on Instagram and I just like had to have it. But at the time that I wanted to get it, Louis Vuitton did not sell this item anymore. So I still don't think they sell it anymore. Really, the only way to get your hands on a round coin purse is to either buy it on the pre-loved market, which is what I did, or get it with your like pochette, multi-pochette, like, or the bandolier strap with the one with the clip. So this is the old version. It does not have a clasp and it does not expand. It just zips open and you can put coins in here. You can fit AirPods in here. I actually use this for cash. So I always keep like cash in a safe, or I keep it, you know, if I'm traveling, I like to have this little nugget SLG with me. And I actually ended up buying this off of, I believe this was the Facebook LV Ritzy page, and I don't remember who the seller was, but she was definitely popular on there. She was well respected and all of that, so I felt comfortable buying from her. And it's in great condition. It has that little bit of vachetta at the bottom that patinaed really nicely. And yeah, it's super, super cute. But I will say this is my least used because I don't carry cash really at all, ever. And you can't really do too much with it. It doesn't hold cards or anything, and I don't really carry change with me. So that is my least used item, the round coin purse by Louis Vuitton. My second least used item, I guess, I don't know when it's gonna go to like most used, but the second item on that list is the Louis Vuitton Nano Niece. So this is the very famous Nano Niece. It is the smallest of the nieces that they make, and it is really, really freaking cute. It is absolutely adorable. And I have the Samorga organizer in here right now, but it doesn't have the dividers in, just because what I use this for is not what it's intended for. I have the little clasps here to attach a chain or anything like that, but I really just keep like jewelry or my extra SLGs in here on my vanity, and sometimes I'll put like lotions or like skincare stuff in here and just keep it on display. This is truly meant to be like a toiletry case that you carry with you and travel with you, but I tend to just like leave it at home, and it doesn't hold everything that I need, so I would need to bring multiple little cases with me. So I don't use this as often. I have worn it as a bag. It's very, very cute, but right now, honestly, I have a really great collection that I'm loving right now, so I haven't really worn this out, but I still think it's adorable. It is such a nice piece to have in my collection, and I don't see myself getting rid of it. I think if you guys watch my wish list video, I want to get the other sizes. I just think it's just really stunning, and I think if I got the bigger sizes, those ones I would actually use for like travel. But this, it's honestly just like a little collector's piece for me. And yeah, that is my second least used item. So now we're getting into the territory of items that I use pretty frequently. So I guess just take it with a grain of salt. It's just gonna kind of go in order of like, honestly, what I use the most. So next up, I would say, would be the mini pochette. I think this is the second hardest item for me to ever get. This too, I had to find sourced from someone else. I think I paid a little bit over retail for it, but I had to have it. And it is just such a great catch-all for my bags. I can actually put in like receipts, cards, anything that I need to grab in. It fits other SLGs in it, and I can go ahead and just like pop it into a bag and then take this out with all my cards if it's in a tote, and have an easier way to carry all of this stuff. And I have it in the monogram, and I just think it's adorable with its little chain. It's just a really classic piece. And at the time that I bought it, there wasn't like a price increase or anything on it at Louis Vuitton, so I think I got it for a fair price when I bought it on the pre-loved market, even though it wasn't pre-loved. It was just someone selling an extra one that they got. So that is my next SLG, the mini pochette. So following closely behind is its big sister, I would say, and that is the pochette accessoire. So a lot of you would ask me to give my thoughts on this and like to show what it looks like with other straps. I'll make another video just totally talking about this bag, because this bag itself, and I consider it honestly, it's more of a bag to me because of its functionality. It has the ability to clasp on another chain. This item, it comes with a leather strap, and actually this is absolutely genius. Organize My Bag sells these extra clips that you can loop on to that leather strap, so you don't have to worry about like unlooping it every time you want to switch out a strap. So this is the strap that it came with, and then this is also from Organize My Bag, and I have a promo code below if you guys need a discount on it. This is the small shoulder oval chain that is just clipped on to the pochette accessoire, and this item was so hard to get. So after the mini pochette, I needed to have this item. I just loved the way it looked, so cute on like jeans and a t-shirt or like a summer vibe, and it was just an adorable little clutch with like a little shoulder bag clutch. So I had to have it. It was so hard to get. I actually ended up ordering it from customer service. I paid in advance, and they just said whenever they got stock or anything, I would be on a list, and then I would get it shipped out to me and they would notify me. So I paid before, and it was a birthday present to myself, and it's just really a stunning little bag. I love that the inside is that brown like just fabric, and I have a tampon in here. I don't know why that's in there, but it has a space, a little pocket here for a wallet. And so yes, I got this one brand new and I love it. It is definitely more on the bag side than it is an SLG for me, but this is just essential for me and my just summer lifestyle. This actually also fits, the mini pochette fits right in there too. So you can just drop it in there. I know it's like an SLG within an SLG, but this item is just so cute. And I wonder like if it's like a mental thing too, where like it was so hard to get that like I was forced to love it, but I really do like it. I think just having that little vachetta tab is cute enough. And yeah, it's just an easy, great size SLG, and I highly recommend this one. Next up is a small SLG, and it is actually, I think this is probably the first SLG I ever got, and it is the Louis Vuitton Key Clay in the monogram, and it has a gold key clasp here, and it's actually meant to like clip your keys on here and then put them in here for like safekeeping. But as you'll see in a minute, I have another item that I use for a keychain. This I actually used this really for a very long time just for cards and cash, and it's a great piece. You can actually clip it onto, actually I used to like clip it onto my belt loop when I would go to concerts and then tuck this in, but you can clip it onto the interior of like a tote bag so that you're not worried about it. But it is, I think this is probably the second most affordable item that I own from an SLG perspective. The first one is one I will talk to you guys about in a second, but this is a great item. And yeah, I think I've seen people gravitate towards it as being their first SLG, and I definitely see why. I have since started using a different type of compact wallet, so I will walk you guys through that reasoning next. Okay, so probably the most affordable item from Louis Vuitton as far as an SLG perspective is the monogram card holder, and this is all canvas. I have the one with like the brown lining in here. It is just like the regular one. I think they make it in a few different colors, but this was one of my first SLGs that were luxury, and I used it to death. So there is some wearing on like the corners where I would just kind of like stuff it around, and like it's definitely got some use. I actually let Jamie wear this for a while and I instantly regretted it because guys are just, I feel like they're just rough with items. But I initially got this because yeah, it was like a great first item. I loved the monogram, but it doesn't hold enough cards for me. So what I use this for is when I am taking a small mini bag or I'm going out for the night and I just need my ID and a couple cards, I will take this all the time and I will remove it from my other wallet, put my cards in here. Sometimes Jamie and I will just like put both of our cards in there and I'll put it in a tiny little clutch. Or if you guys know, my super mini Gucci bag doesn't hold a lot, so I have to use something like this to get any space in there. So this item is great for any sort of like clutch or slim item, mini, super mini, that you want to carry just your essential cards and ID in. But if you have a lot of cards, I would not recommend this one just because I do have a lot of cards and I like to have access to them. So yeah, but very classic and honestly one that I'm happy to have in my collection. We are seriously getting into some very well-used items right now. I need to talk about this item because I feel like it gets undue like criticism, or people just don't find it as useful and there's like a lot of hype around it. But it is the 6-ring key holder from Louis Vuitton. And guys, this has to be one of my most used items. I have the key fob for my card that actually has a key on it. So even though like this is meant to protect your bags from your keys and all that, it is actually doing it for all of my standard keys. I actually even have a key fob from work on here. And what's great about this, and I don't know if any of you guys still need key fobs to go into the office, is I don't even need to take the key fob out. I just touch the wallet to a key fob like scanner and it works. So that is, I think, something like I'm so happy that I found out about it. But it's just great to go ahead and like unclip it, add your keys in as you need. And if I'm going to valet, all I have to do is just like pull my car key off and it slips right out. So it's very easy to use, but the main reason that I love this so much is because the 6 key holder has space behind it to fit cards and ID. So if I'm just running out of the house and I don't even want to grab a bag or a wallet, I just put my ID and it fits like 2 or 3 cards in there and clip it and I'm ready to go. And I just have everything in my hand that I need to go on with the day. So this is probably my most used item, but in a different way than the other one. So I will talk through that as well. But this is so, so great. If this got lost, I would just rebuy it tomorrow. So that is how I feel about this item. I don't know if they're as hard to find anymore as when I got it, but I always knew that I hated the way keys like were being thrown around my purse. And a lot of people nowadays, I guess, don't really need like house keys anymore. I don't know, do people use house keys? I do, but I have keys for mailbox, all of that. So that fits in here perfectly. And like I said, the key fob thing is just an added bonus. Okay, we're gonna switch it up. I know, right? Like, weird. But my next SLG is the classic card holder from Chanel, and this is in the caviar leather and gold hardware. And I still have my sticker on it because I'm that annoying person that just doesn't want to scratch up the Chanel hardware if I can help it. But this is probably the reason why all the other like little card holders are just not doing it for me right now. This, even though this holds a ton, when you do put a ton in here, it gets full and it's like a nice puffy material. So it does take up a decent amount of space in a mini bag, but you can kind of like finagle it into like the other like bags that I have, like the mini capucines. It fits in perfectly. But I just find it so convenient to be able to carry all of my cards in one place. It has a back flap if I want to put a receipt or cash in here. It's like a back pocket. But I did a like what fits in this card holder on Instagram, and I think I got like 12 cards to fit in here, which is crazy. But it's just so cute, but super functional. So this I did get from my girl Adila. She is the best. Check out her Instagram if you don't follow her already. But she ended up finding 2 of them from her essay. She just bought it, and so I bought it from her like a personal shopper. So I wouldn't have been able to get my hands on it. We don't have a real Chanel store here in Nashville, so that was great. But yeah, this is actually probably one of my most used items ever in the history of time because of the ability to just like reach in. You know, and like I think if I could find something that was like a little bit slimmer, I might, you know, gravitate towards that. But this is actually really great, and I needed something like this in my collection. Next up in my SLG collection is the infamous Toiletry 26. And yes, there's a lot of controversy around this item right now, but I'm only going to discuss it as an SLG because it is truly something I use every single day. Now, every single day when it comes to work, I would say, because I keep all of my tech accessories in here. I keep computer chargers. I keep external hard drives. I keep other cables and cords. I keep my AirPods. I keep pens for work. Everything fits in here so well, and it's so slim that when I put it into a tote bag, it just slides right in. And I had mentioned this before when I was talking through like the ways to wear this bag. There is a video on that. But it's so great to be able to like take a bunch of stuff with me to the office, have it all in here, and then if I need to run out and don't want to carry my big tote bag with all of my computer stuff in there, I can just pull this right out and carry it to lunch. So this is a phenomenal SLG, and it's a really decently sized one. I remember when I got this, I thought it was gonna be bigger, and it seemed smaller to me in person, but with a Samorga organizer, I'm able to like organize all of my cables and actually can fit like an external mouse in here and all of that. So this is great. And this is another item that if I didn't have it, I would 100% buy it tomorrow and replace it because I need it to keep myself organized. And thank you guys so much for bearing with me, but this is my last SLG, and this truly, truly is my most used, and you guys will see why in a second. But I got this item a year ago, and I've used it every single day since, and it is something that I have to have, and it's something I probably will always have in my collection, and that is the Louis Vuitton Agenda, and this is the GM or the large size. And I am a planner person, so I've always had a planner. I've always bought new planners for every year. Sometimes I'll get like the 6-month ones and just like switch them off every 6 months, but I've always needed something more than just a planner. I always feel like whenever I buy a planner, it doesn't have all of the things I need in there, and so I end up buying like 2 or like another like notebook or something. So this solved that problem for me because it has rings in there, and you actually create your own custom planner, and it can include whatever you like in there. I have like all of my page tabs, my stickers in here, and then I purchased from Cloth and Paper, I purchased like different inserts, all of that, and dividers. So I actually have like a today divider, a schedule divider, so that has all my calendar stuff in here, so it has like weekly breakdowns, and then I have lists, projects, finances, goals, ideas, and miscellaneous. And this keeps me so organized. And yes, it's expensive. You don't need a planner like this at all. If you're someone like me that ends up like switching out planners or using their planner or notebooks really heavily, I highly recommend this item. This is also one that if I lost it tomorrow, if it like melted somewhere, I would go and buy it again if I could. It was really hard to find, but I ended up having my SA source it for me. I think he found it. It came into the store and he just like saved it for me. But yes, I love this. And I am, if you guys follow me at all on Instagram, you guys know that I work full-time 9 to 5 in technology. So I'm always somebody that needs to have like my schedule written out, my notes. And this has more than just like work stuff in it. It has like personal stuff, goals, my book challenge is in here. All of that stuff is in here. And it's just like very classic to me. And I think I will keep it probably for the rest of my life. So this is definitely one, if you're a planner girl, that I just can't live without. I feel like I've been rambling just for so long, but I definitely wanted to just touch on some of my recommendations for SLGs. I think that for a first timer with maybe dipping your toe into luxury, I think that the Key Clay from Louis Vuitton is a great price point. It is a great option that I still use to this day to carry cash and cards. And I just love the little chain detail. I feel like that adds a little bit more than you would get from just the card holder. So I definitely recommend this one. And I think when it comes to deciding on whether you want a mini pochette or a pochette accessoire, I would maybe lean towards the pochette accessoire, because for I think the difference in price, you get a actual bag versus just a tiny little like catch-all. So I do love this, and I think it's so adorable, and I'm glad I have it. But if I had to pick one or the other, it would definitely be the pochette accessoire. And okay guys, so that was my SLG collection. Did I surprise you at all? I know most of you follow me on Instagram and know that I have all these pieces already, but hopefully I got to either surprise you with how much and how often I use certain ones versus, you know, recommending your first purchase. So I had so much fun filming this with you guys, and I definitely realized that there's a theme here, and it's obviously LV monogram, but I just think it's a great collection. I definitely think buying SLGs can definitely get up there and can definitely be the same price as a bag. So if you're really, you know, your heart's set on a bag, but you feel like you need to add like little pieces to your collection, you know, save your money and buy that bag, because SLGs, they can definitely get up there. I don't plan on selling any of these right now. I just like this little collection that I have going on, and maybe in the future I will, but I just like seeing how things change over time, and I'm just very happy with it. So thank you guys for watching today's video. Please let me know your thoughts below. And as always, if you have any other questions, I am super, super active on Instagram, and you can find me there at Decor and Designer. And I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.